Every day, more than 1,000 planes cross the Atlantic Ocean. From New York to London, from Toronto to Paris. But here's the problem. There is no radar out there, no towers, no ground stations, no real-time tracking like over land. And yet, these planes never collide. So how is that even possible? Most people believe air traffic control works the same everywhere. A controller watches a radar screen, tracks every plane, and gives instructions. But over the Atlantic, that system simply doesn't exist. Pilots can't rely on constant guidance. Controllers can't see aircraft in real time. Instead, something else is happening, something far more structured. A system that feels less like control and more like choreography. Every day, long before the first planes leave New York, London, Toronto, or Paris, a hidden planning operation begins behind the scenes. Teams of air traffic specialists on both sides of the Atlantic analyze weather patterns, jet streams, turbulence forecasts, military airspace restrictions, and expected traffic volumes. Their goal is simple: move hundreds of aircraft safely across one of the busiest and most isolated regions on Earth. The result is a system known as the North Atlantic Tracks, or simply NATS. These are invisible air highways stretching between North America and Europe. But unlike normal air routes, they are not permanent. They are rebuilt every single day. The system mainly covers the northern Atlantic Ocean, connecting major airports in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and much of Western Europe. Most eastbound flights use strong jet streams to save fuel and time, while westbound flights avoid those same winds. That means the routes constantly shift north or south depending on atmospheric conditions. The entire structure is coordinated primarily by two major oceanic control centers: Gander Oceanic Control in Canada, Shanwick Oceanic Control between Ireland and the United Kingdom. Together, they manage one of the most complex traffic flows in the world. Every day, airlines submit preferred routes for their flights. Then controllers and planners organize them into carefully separated corridors across the ocean. Once finalized, the tracks are published to pilots and airlines around the world. And within hours, hundreds of aircraft begin following these invisible roads through the sky. From above, it might look random, but in reality, nearly every plane crossing the Atlantic is part of a carefully engineered moving system. One that quietly reorganizes itself every 24 hours. So instead of flying straight, planes follow routes that maximize efficiency. The result? A constantly shifting network of sky highways. Designed fresh every 24 hours. From above, it might look chaotic, but it's not. Planes don't just enter these tracks whenever they want. Each aircraft is assigned a specific route, a precise altitude, and most importantly, an exact time. This is how separation is maintained, not by distance alone, but by time. Over land, planes are separated by distance using radar. Over the ocean, they are separated by time. a plane might be instructed, enter this track at exactly 10:32. The next aircraft, 10:42. This creates invisible spacing between them, often 10 minutes or more. Even at 900 kilometers per hour, that's enough to keep them safely apart. Even without radar, there is still control, but it's different. Two major centers handle most of the North Atlantic: Gander Oceanic Control in Canada, Shanwick Oceanic Control near Ireland. They don't watch planes on screens in real time. Instead, they manage flow. Like traffic engineers, not traffic police. They approve routes, assign times, and coordinate everything in advance. So how do pilots communicate? Not like you'd expect. In many cases, there's no continuous radio contact. Instead, pilots send position reports at specific points. In the past, this was done by voice. Today, it's often digital, using satellite systems. Short messages, precise updates. A slow, deliberate conversation across an empty ocean. This is where things get serious. If a plane deviates, even slightly, it can break the entire system. That's why procedures are strict. If communication is lost, pilots follow predefined rules. If weather changes suddenly, routes are adjusted carefully. Everything is designed to avoid uncertainty. Because out here, there's no room for improvisation. Today, technology is slowly changing everything. Satellites can now track aircraft in near real time. Systems like ADS-B are reducing the need for large time gaps. In the future, planes may fly more freely across the ocean. But for now, the old system still dominates. From the ground, it looks simple. Planes take off and land. But in between, over the vast Atlantic, there's a hidden system. No radar, no constant control, just timing, planning, and trust. A perfectly organized flow of hundreds of aircraft moving through invisible highways in the sky. And most people will never even know it exists.